go 5, 4, 3.
What's up, gamers? It's Bugsnax time. It's Bugsnax o'clock, as it were. This is the best game of all time, and I'm running it the best speedrunner of all time. And I have a fabulous co-com with me. If you want to introduce yourself.
Yes, my name is Conception SR, and I have heard of Bugsnax. Hope to play it someday.
This is the Bugsnax goat of all time, and I got this nobody to co-com for me. Nah, but for real,
Yeah.
Conception is the goat, and for once, I'm finally not co-comming one of his runs. He's co-comming one of mine. And of course,
The turntables.
yeah, and of course, Helix is here too, the goat, except for a completely
yeah.
different series.
Yeah. I'm hosting. I mean, I don't, you know.
We're all goats in the farm of speedrunning.
Yeah. For starting the time of this game, usually it's like, you gotta start time as soon as the game loads in, but just to keep it easy, I'm just gonna count off time now, and there's gonna be like 2 seconds where it really doesn't count, but whatever. If I'm overestimate by 2 seconds, then you can blame me. So if we're ready for a countdown, I'm gonna count down from 109, 108, 77, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck, gamer.
Good luck.
Thank you. So starting off, it's just like a Pokemon run. I gotta do the most important menu of all time. I'm changing my color to be the best color in the game.
Honestly, it is. It is the best color in the game. I 100% agree. The only reason why I don't put it in for like incentives whenever I submit this game for marathons is because I don't want to take the extra seconds to do that menu. It's the only reason why.
I do this menu every run.
It's worth it.
Okay.
All right. So Ness is going to be doing an intro skip here. It's going to save a lot of time.
Please?
That first jump that you take onto the treetops there is actually
Please?
really, really difficult, really tight to hit. And then what they're going to do now is walk onto an invisible barrier near this bridge, across the treetops, and that skips an intro cutscene where we an unskippable cutscene saves us probably like 3 minutes. It's pretty nice. We jump down here. That's Philbo. We're going to say hi, Philbo, and then bye, Philbo, as we go to do another out of bounds here.
Oh?
This time we're going to be skipping into the load zone for Groudon Grove early.
Usually, if you're good, you can jump here. But
Yeah, the geometry in Bugsnax is deceptively slopey, so a lot of times you think you have a nice spot to stand on, and then it's you're just going to slope off.
oh,
Just
like
like
exactly
that.
right there.
Exactly. Like you have the right angle, but then you slide off and you don't get any footing on the ground there.
Like that too, I guess. It's really funny because like in my practice run, I got this like first try every time. Even did it like 3 times. Uh-oh.
Yeah, this intro skip is really, really difficult, and it requires a lot of like parkour type movement, tough spacing,
There we go.
tough barriers to land on, and then finally we get into the loading zone early. Still saves us a whole bunch of time. Garden Grove here. Garden Grove is interesting because no matter what category, if it's any percent, which I've run, if it's no major skips, which I've run, if it's 100%, which I hope to run someday for a Midwest Speed Fest event, though, doesn't matter the category. Even if it's this one, which is either all legendary snacks or all bosses, depending on how you want to look at it. Garden Grove is the same. We have to do it the same way every time. It's the only area in the game that we cannot get out of loading zones early for some reason. So what Ness is going to do is going to throw some ketchup in there to attract the bunger into its corral.
You didn't go. Sick.
Yeah, that bunger, they can be a little bit particular with the ketchup there in terms of whether it wants to run in or not.
Hopefully this is still lining up. Please.
It may or may not. Might be out of the cycle now, but it's always worth checking.
There we go. Still got it.
Ooh, very good. Very good. All right, awesome. So as you can see there, what Ness did, threw a trap up top in the little farm section where Wambus farms the sauce. And what Ness was able to do there was shove the trap through the floor by standing on it. And then was able to capture the Frieder through the floor, it actually saves a considerable amount of time over capturing it the normal way, which is to come down, lure it down from the ceiling with ketchup, wait till it gets to the ground, and then attract it into your trap. Ness is also attracting these two bungers over to each other so that they hit each other.
Take a bath.
Yeah, it's also very difficult. So the way Ness is doing it here is getting a bunger covered in ketchup so that they run into each other and stun each other. But if they walk into the water, as such, they lose the sauce that they just were fighting over.
How did you not bump into each other there? They could be. They have
to. Yeah, and they have to hit each other. They can't just go for the same spot. So like that one's finally gonna stun one. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you can get it without having to use the net. And I'm not even gonna worry about getting the other one because I can just do this.
Yep. Yeah, so this area is really tricky to do. It's not a hard area, but it's really tricky to do fast because it involves capturing everything on set timers, more or less just on good cycles if you're trying to do it really, really fast, which is very difficult to do. So, especially when these Shishka bugs don't want to cooperate, or the bungers don't want to cooperate, or the Frieder doesn't want to cooperate. It's pretty simple to have one or more parts not work together here.
But it's fine.
Yeah, still good, for sure. Worth noting as well, if you've happened to have seen any of my Bugsnax runs in the past, I've always run on the PS5 version of the game. Ness here is running on the PC version of the game, which has some slight differences, namely that the PC is actually on a further patch than the console is. And Ness is going to be utilizing that to their advantage during this run because the PC has an ability to fast travel. So once you've visited an area, you can go into your journal and fast travel back to it. The PS5 does not have this patch yet, and when I asked the developers when it would be coming on, it will not be added until they release their free DLC, which is going to be at the beginning of 2022 sometime. So that'll be fun rerouting for me, but at least Ness can work around it with the PC version here.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, it is pretty good. Saves a lot of backtracking. This is just going straight through a tutorial section, just figuring out how the journal works. Nothing really of note there.
Let's get this over.
And voila, we are in Snacksburg.
The first split.
Yeah, the first split. There it goes. Yeah, we got through. Yeah, so Snacksburg is like the main hub of the game. You'll see that it branches off into different areas from Snacksburg. Pretty soon here, Ness is going to be doing some more out of bounds / early load zone shenanigans. But for now, we're going to do a quick interview with Philbo here, as we are a journalist. The lore reason why we're here is we're here to study Bugsnax and the people who inhabit this island that they live on, as well as kind of just figure out what's going on in general. So we're getting through this interview here, and then things are gonna get interesting, to say the least.
Yeah, so immediately we're going to be starting out with a skip. Probably one of the easier skips in the game, I want to say. Still not, like free by any means. Nothing in this game is super free, I think. But... Oh? Okay.
Yep, there we go. Yeah. So basically, we just circumvent the fence, and then we get into the Scorched Gorge area early. This is not meant to be accessible to us just yet, but... Ness is also going to make their way around and up to the upper platforms and is going to immediately do another skip coming up here to get into another area that we're not meant to access yet. Pit stop for hot sauce, like any good pit stop has.
It's like a road trip.
Yeah, it is a road trip, where you have hot sauce on the way. So Ness here.
Oh, first try.
Oh, yeah, excellent. What we're meant to do there is launch some rocks at these windmills after we've been given the launch pad. But if you position yourself just so, you can actually launch yourself the same distance that you can launch a rock. You have basically, whenever something is heavy enough on that pad, it's meant to really cut down on your travel distance and airtime. But if you just as you're walking off of it, if you launch yourself, you get the same distance. And using that pad, we get into Scorched Gorge early. So right now we're already about, in terms of game progress, probably I'd say at least an easy 50-60% through.
Just with 2 skips.
Which is yeah, just with 2 skips. It moves really, really fast. Also worth mentioning, talking about what makes this category so special. So this category, all legendary snacks or all bosses, depending on how you want to look at it, is a category that Ness conceptualized, and I provide a little input into the route, though Ness did the bulk of the work by far. And what it means is it's basically like an any percent category, but you also need to defeat the 4 legendary Bugsnax in the game as well. It's a really neat category because it means we get to do all of these skips and skip all of like the unskippable cutscenes and stuff that the run has to offer. But we also get to participate in 4 of the these 4 fights that make the game like really, really fun. And they're really, really interesting. So I'm excited that they'll get to show off what that means. For now, what we're doing is we're doing a series of quests.
Okay.
That's interesting. Oh, the positioning of the positioning of the egg, I think. Yeah. Did you just deck it? Yeah, I think you just decked it with the egg somehow. All right, there you go.
What? I've never seen that before.
Me neither. Apparently, the Eggler has some launch physics. Who knew? Yeah, I was gonna say that should still be good, right? Yeah.
Huh?
Went straight up. All right, interesting.
This is sick. You know what? I'll just do this again.
Yeah, I think it's the best call.
And then I'll shoot this. While I'm waiting for you, I'll do that.
There we go. I think it launched a little bit early last time, if I had to guess. Did you go over the lake?
It should be fine, because it should get shot.
Yeah, yeah. Sody D loves to extinguish on fire things, so we're still good. It still has to get into the lake, or I guess on the cactus, or aloe plant rather.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we are doing all of these quests basically in a row, and then we're going to turn them into Shelda, who is the Grumpus in this area, in order to get her to return back to Snacksburg. Once we're at this point, in order to get the legendary Bugsnax fights unlocked, we have to do some side quests, which means we have to do some main quests so that those side quests unlock, and this is one of them.
Hey, bud, this actually do this.
Yeah, you want to get.
Thank you.
This particular challenge involves leading this black Raspy through a maze without being too disturbed. Ness is actually doing it a really smart way, which is to get these Enchiritos out of their way, as opposed to just leaving them. Oftentimes when I do this section, though I've never done a legendary Bugsnax run before, I will just like let them be and then just try to circumnavigate them. But this is way smarter because it means that nothing is going to get in their way when they get this Raspy through.
Yeah, and it also works because we need 3 like aggressive meaty Bugsnax for later, and those Enchiritos count for 2 of them. So it's just really fast routing as well. Okay, and then do this. Oh, you got washed off. I was like, where's it?
Oh, yeah. Lovely. The water strikes again, just like it did with the bungers earlier. Wash the chocolate off our buggy ball.
Yeah.
Doing those skips also, by the way, not only unlocks areas ahead of time, but it also unlocks tools. So, as you might have seen there briefly, Ness's tool wheel is already completely filled out because at this point in the game, you should have all the tools, so the game gives you all the tools, which is a very handy feature. Did you get cheese? I didn't see if you got it. Oh, yeah, you did. Okay, good. All right. So now, good news is we did all of Shelda's quests back to back, and we can just turn them in all at once. So that's really nice.
Okay, cool. I didn't get bullied by the maze.
Yeah, sometimes the maze can bully you. Where, for example, one time what happened to me is I got that black Raspy to hit the pad, but then it didn't go through the hole. It fell straight back down, so it didn't count as me rescuing the Strabby from the maze. But also sometimes, even if you do rescue it, it could get bothered by something else or get hit back down without you seeing, and not count for you completing the maze. So you sometimes will have to redo that. We're now in another new area called Boiling Bay here.
Okay.
By taking your shortcut. Come on, Noodler. I think that should be, that should be good. You're gonna be on. Oh wait, no, never mind.
I'm fine. Okay, sick.
Yep, you're fine. Good. We need to capture just a few specific Bugsnax here. The ones that we need to capture are the ones that Floofty is going to need to complete their quest line for this section. So hopefully we don't get too trolled, but this is honestly, it's one of the more RNG heavy sections of the run, because we're not only waiting for that red Banopper that's flying between the trees to run into our trap, we're also being chased down by this Palatos and waiting for these Kokomites to cooperate as well. It can be kind of a hassle. Banopper is hit.
Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I guess I'll just do this. It's still not being Okay, sick.
Yep, and this is exactly what I mean by the RNG. So basically, Ness was trying to set up a trap to get one of the Kokomite pieces stunned, but then something else hit it instead, of course. That's just how it goes sometimes in this section. It's really obnoxious.
Of course, they both got frozen too.
Oh my gosh.
I'll just do that too. And then whenever that
Shoutouts to Frozen 2 as well. Like the movie.
Oh, this is just Frozen. Okay. Sick. Do you wanna... Okay. We'll be fine.
Yeah,
We're
there
fine.
you go. So now you got the Kokomite, and then got to get the Banopper.
Yeah.
Is the only thing.
This is a 50-50 chance, by the way.
Yeah, but you could just lose 50-50 shots all the time, like that. Basically, it hops between 3 trees, and we set a line between 2 of the trees in hopes that it crosses it at some point.
Like that again.
But nope, just loves hopping back and forth between those 2, of course. Watch that Palatos there. It might hit your trap on the left.
Okay, cool.
Nope.
Fine.
Okay, we can. All right, there you go. You got the ones that you needed. We just need the Banopper, the Kokomite, and the Noodler primarily.
Yeah, then before this area ends, just something to do before forgetting to get over here and pick up this blue.
Yep. So in addition to just capturing cute Bugsnax and doing all this fun stuff, there's actually a plot at play here. Yeah, of course, yeah. There's a plot at play here where one of the people who lived on the island, her name is Lizbert, she was like the leader of all of these Grumpuses, has gone missing and no one knows where she's at. So we're trying to gather a bunch of like her research and clues to figure out where she could have gone. And that is one of the clues that Ness just picked up just then. And now we just need to knock out all these quests for Floofty. They'll start heading back, and we can be on our merry way towards the next objective. Yep. If you ever wanted to know what it would look like to have coconuts for hands and feet, it would look like this.
This one. Okay, cool.
I have learned
I know where everything is.
Yeah, you know.
Okay,
there we go.
Do this.
So that was to see some of this stuff. Some of this routing is actually new to me, which is unique as somebody who kind of knows this game backwards and front. To see what Ness's strategies are is also very interesting from just a viewer perspective, in my opinion.
Yeah, this route is funky fresh, edited early today. But something small that we have to actually do is if we just fast travel back to Snaxburg, the game doesn't actually count that we've done all that stuff. So it's still in like a very early like Snaxburg state. Uh-oh.
Oh, jeez.
Will this be fine? Can I do this?
You can super launch yourself for sure. Yeah.
Easy. Okay, cool.
Yeah. That's actually the faster strat at any point, but you know, it's a lot harder to super launch yourself on console than it is on PC. Are you serious?
What? Okay, there.
There we go. Okay, good. And it may seem random as to what snacks that Ness is picking up here, but they're all very specific for very specific side quests that they're going to address here.
Yeah, I did sleep for a minute just to get that one snack because it's a time-specific one, but other than that, there isn't going to be too much sleeping in this run.
No. And yeah, so sleeping accomplishes a lot of different things. Obviously, it means that certain Bugsnax only come out at day or at night or at certain times or something like that, which is why Ness slept until the nighttime, because that white Cheepoof only comes out at night. But you can also use it like if it is nighttime to sleep to the daytime to avoid having to wake people up in Snacksburg if you need to talk to them, because their wake up animations can be particularly slow sometimes.
Yeah, so I'm going through
yeah.
these series of cutscenes just in a particular order just to get the interviews I need to do out of the way really quickly.
Yep, exactly.
But yeah, there isn't a lot happening here, so if there's any donations, definitely just cut us off.
All right, hey, I've got one right now. There's $25 here from The Toter. Can't wait to see everyone at Mid-Spring Speedfling in person again at VGMCon, which of course references our very next event, Mid-Spring Speedfling 2022 at VGMCon the first weekend of April. And you can go to, I believe it's VGMcon.org. Yes, it is. You can go to VGMcon.org for more information about that event and how to register. We will be there. That will be an on-site event as well.
Very exciting.
Oh, I didn't
Very
want to
exciting.
Yeah, super exciting. I would go if it wasn't so much. But traveling is expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for those who don't know, that will be in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Shout outs to Minneapolis.
Just go check out where the boat was.
Also, one like minor thing that I just absolutely despise. Are they? No, they're not. I don't need to go tier. Not here. Tier. Okay. In the interview menu, like when the journal pops up, it always resets like your mouse cursor back to the middle, which seems good. But I'm doing a lot of like, please. Okay, I guess we're not doing this now.
Yeah,
Just
jeez.
do this.
Wow. that gave you the runaround for sure.
But yeah, I do a lot of like quick mouse movement downwards to just get to the option that I want. I was scared.
Yeah.
I didn't feed the white Cheepoof. I also didn't do the Buffalocust quest. Uh-oh. This is fine.
Do you need both Enchiritos, right? Yeah.
Yeah, this is fine. I'll just go back.
Yeah, you
and
can get a Bunger or something. Just make sure you have 2 of the subs for Wiggle, because she needs subs specifically. Yeah.
It's not a big deal. I just forgot to do the last part of their quests.
Yeah, one interesting thing. So you can see down in the bottom left, Ness has 6 spots for Bugsnax to hold on to in their inventory. You can actually expand that in the game up to 18 slots by doing by turning in Bugsnax to Gramble's like little sanctuary. But it involves catching a lot of Bugsnax and then turning them in, which is obviously not very fast. So we end up doing a lot of, for categories like this, inventory management. So when our inventory is full, we need to offload as much as we can before we can obviously pick up something else. So makes it for makes a very interesting challenge.
I know if you don't believe me,
Yeah, the routing in this game is definitely a bit of a challenge. Not in a bad way too. It's super fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's really cool. Like I said, it's one of this run is you get to do all the fun fights and all the fun skips, and you get to not have to deal with a lot of unskippable long cutscenes or interactive cutscenes, which is a lot of fun, in my opinion. Like we said up top, so how we end up getting to the legendary Bugsnax fights is we have to complete specific people's side quest lines, because there are
Oh, I didn't do that. Okay, I need to catch another one. That's so cool.
Was that the white Cheepoof? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy,
That's fine.
I can't tell you how many times I've done that. And there's also a weird little quirk with the beds as well, that if you sleep too fast, like in quick succession, the game will think that the Grumpuses are still sleeping in their beds when they're not. So you won't be able to sleep in anyone else's bed besides Lizbert's because it's always empty.
Actually, I'll just super launch again. It's fine. I guess it isn't fine. I'll just do it this time. Sick. I'll just catch this again. It's not a big deal. But yeah, a lot of the routing in this is like super like specific, where you just gotta go back and forth between different places to get different things because your inventory is full, and then you do a fight, and then you have to do some more quests and do a lot more talking to people.
Yep.
It's just a whole thing.
Yeah, it's it can be a lot of back and forth if you, especially the routing for this category is so tight that if you make one little mistake, it just means that it could throw off other things, domino effect style. There we go. So now we return in that white Cheepoof.
Yeah.
Wiggle lucked out. She got 2 white Cheepoofs for the price of 1 for her at least.
Yeah, and I'm not supposed to feed Cromdo that. So I have to remember to just say that I have it. And then after this, I gotta do another interview.
I've also made that mistake, by the way, and fed Cromdo the Buffalocust. Definitely have done that.
I almost did, like a bunch of times, and I just never actually did.
Yep, we have to catch a Buffalocust for Cromdo. You don't need to feed it to him. It's it's a weird quest. I don't really understand why it's there, but that's what they ask for.
It's funny because like in the story, he uses it as like a bargaining tool to try and get Triffany like to give him information. Just to do that before I forget. Also,
like a campfire.
Yeah, I'm just front loading a lot of like the quests so I can just rapid fire them as I need to do them.
Yeah, so we end up front loading a lot of quests, which means that we end up doing a lot of the fights like back to back, which is really exciting. We get a lot of like non-stop action. Then get to clip through some doors, get to the end game. It's a lot of fun.
And then I'm just gonna go back and do this one because it's quick. I'll just get the sub sandwich again. It's fine.
Yeah, it's probably faster than getting the bunger anyway, because you have to, stomp on the bunger basically.
Am I good to read off a donation while you're doing that?
Yeah, absolutely.
There's $10 here from Lil. I think I know who that might be. Anyway, the comment says Ness Then 3.
I like that one.
That's a good one.
I've never heard that before. I've never seen this cutscene from this side before.
Yeah, I'm about it. If you sup.
It's good perspective.
Keeping stuff fresh, honestly.
Whoa. Or
So wait, are we getting ready to do one of my favorite mini games? Yeah.
I'm gonna do
coming up.
Yeah, I'm gonna do this interview real quick, and then I'm gonna do the best quest in the game. Actually, it's really funny. I got 5 in a row in my practice run. But I missed like 4.
I was gonna say, I hope you're better at it than I am because I'm terrible at it. Well, you'll see what we mean here in just a second. It's a tough mini game for me, but maybe Ness will clutch out a nice one.
Where did Chandlo go? There he is.
Did he go up? Oh yeah, I was gonna say upstairs or near the fire is what I was gonna guess. So.
There we go.
I set up. I'm a baby for now.
Okay, I always skip that first one because it's always tight. And then okay.
That's heavy, bro.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
That's
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Unreal. Unreal.
I'm incredible.
Yeah. So yeah, the mini game, as you can see, is just pulling weights on top of Chandler so he can collect them. Yeah, of course Ness gets 5 in a row, and like just makes me look foolish because I'll just sit there, let Chandler go around the circle like 5 times because I can't get any of them to land on his head.
I'm just cracking
But
this game.
Yeah, you're too good. You're too good. Here we are. We get to do the first of the legendary Bugsnax fights, which is going to be against Mama Melon. And I'm not saying that like a baby on purpose. That is the name of the Bugsnax. MEWON. Mama Melon.
I can do this, I swear. Okay, whatever. I can't do this. Usually, like, I can just stay up there, and I can just walk around in a circle, and he's fine with it. But I can't swag out this time.
Yeah, you could also use geometry just to scale the wall like we had done before, but it is, again, very deceptively tough.
I just love swagging out in this game, what can I say?
Mm-hmm. So for this Mama Melon fight, there's actually a really unique / hard strategy to do that you can cheese this fight somewhat a little bit. So there is actually a hole in the top of this area where the Mama Melon is, so that you can super launch yourself onto the roof of the area, basically, fall in early, and then you can actually, what we have to do for the Mama Melon fight is attract Mama Melon to underneath one of the stalagmites. Those are one from the ceiling? I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
One's from the ceiling. Stalactites. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. But stalactites, and then we drop the stalactites on top of Mama Melon to deal some damage to her and weaken her a little bit. The cheese is if you can get in there early, well before Chandler opens the door for you, and then knock down one of the spikes, and then just like have it land on your head, kind of, and then just walk it over to Mama Melon. But it's really, really difficult. So we're gonna do this fight the intended way, which is to capture, which is still very fast. Capture Mama Melon's little babies, the wee melons, get it frustrated at us, and then as it approaches the stalactites, just drop it on her, just like that,
and then run into her, and avoiding a soft lock, the best soft lock in the entire game.
Yeah, so you can actually mash straight through this texture that Chandler is doing, but you need to wait until Mama Melon is in the center of like where the water is, or for whatever reason she will not run towards Chandler in order to and like get aggroed by Chandler, basically. So you just sit there wasting time. But that's it. That's the Mama Melon fight. You feed it to Chandler, and that is the first of 4 legendary Bugsnax fights done. I would say that's by far the easiest one too.
Yeah. This is the first one that they want you to do in the game. It just works out. So after I've done all those quests, I'm not even going to worry about sleeping. After I've done all those quests, and, you know, left and come back and did stuff. Oh, please.
There's a mask, to be honest. Please help. Fabulous.
Now it's gonna be time for me to do Mega Maki. Just works out like that. Very nice.
Yeah.
Easiest bug snack, or the easiest legendary snack to the worst one.
Yeah. First of all, nice piece of speed tech here, which is lighting yourself on fire makes it so that you run faster. Actual piece of speed tech, which is interesting. Second, yeah, Mega Maki is, as you're about to see, a sushi serpent, like water dragon kind of thing. Can be particularly annoying. The first phase is really simple. It just moves through the water kind of like a shark, and then you just have to place the trap in its direction so it gets stunned. When it gets stunned, it breaks apart into smaller sushi roll bites, and then you have to like grab those bites individually, piece by piece, until only the head is left, and then that is the end of the fight. Phases 2 and 3 are increasingly more difficult because not only does Mega Maki go from moving in the water to moving through the air, like a serpent who can swim in the air. But if you get too close to these pillars that we're going to use to set up the traps on, the Mega Maki will throw these balls of something. I wanted to say they're like wasabi, but they're orange. So
I was gonna like, you know, like the little like orange things on top of like the sushi, little like eggs.
Yeah. What
I was thinking, I was like
though?
that. I don't remember what they're called.
Yeah. I'm not a seafood person IRL, so I don't eat much sushi, so I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, the little like orange balls that go on sushi sometimes, it throws those at you, and it can knock down the pillars that you have your trap set on, and really make it difficult to take it down. First, of course, we're treated to a nice serenade by Wiggle, who does have a stellar voice in her defense.
Yeah, so after this absolute banger, fight immediately starts. Spooky.
And you see these like thin gray pillars that pop up. Basically, we're going to be setting our tripwire up on them and then having the Mega Maki run into the different spots. You'll see there Ness actually did a quick scan on Mega Maki's head, and that's actually purposeful. Having that scan will also show the path that Mega Maki is going to be moving through. That goes for any Bugsnax, but it's particularly useful for Mega Maki to see where they're going to be going next. You can only ever at most capture three of the mini rolls per cycle. You can't capture any more to make the fight go faster, unfortunately. So you just kind of have to get what you get. Ooh, I think
that was...
Oh no, not high enough. I was gonna say, oh, I think that's really clutch. But yeah, that's tough luck there. Also important there as well, the carryover of the, knowing the pathway of the Mega Maki doesn't carry over between phases. And when this second phase just started, Ness tried to snag a quick scan, but got the tail of it. You have to specifically scan the head or it doesn't count. So that was some tough luck there as well. This is a particularly gruesome fight in terms of getting optimally and getting as fast as you can. And as you can see as well, the Mega Maki, mini Maki pieces like to run wherever they want to run.
That's fine? Okay, cool, fine.
Yeah, see, there you can see they're launching those eggs, or whatever you call them.
Oh no, that's not gonna work. Is this fine?
Ooh, so close though, so close.
Yeah. I'll just do this. I'll just take what I can get. I'll just do that. Oh, that's so far. You know, whatever. I feel like if I do this, I would get completely hecked. So I'm just gonna try and bait the balls over here, and then I'll be fine.
Yeah, there's a couple of different strategies you can do to make it so that Mega Maki doesn't destroy the pillars that you're trying to work with. One is to run just far away from the pillars that you don't want it to attract. And then therefore it won't aggro, and then it won't be an issue. The second thing is you could try and get it to, like what Ness said, aggro it towards something specific so that it doesn't hit the pillars that you want it to hit, basically. But that's the fight. Ultimately not terrible. I've definitely had way worse Mega Maki fights, but yeah, it's a really tough fight to get like really optimal. Voila, just like that. That's 2 legendary snacks down out of 4. We're skating right by.
Yeah, and believe it or not, there's not much... Oh, I was gonna go around that, and I totally just missed it. And there isn't
right.
too much left.
Scene there.
Just gonna wake up Cromdo real quick.
Yeah, you'll be shocked to see after we finish these legendary Bugsnax fights just how quick the game goes from there. We skate basically right onto the end game. It's pretty fun. That's fun. I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, that's what I was doing earlier.
The stair hop to get the map early. Ooh, I'm gonna try that from now on. That saves a lot of time. I usually just run all the way up the stairs and then fall back down them.
Yeah, I used to do that, and I was like, I wonder if I can do this. And I just like flicked back and I got it first try. And I'm like, okay, I'll just do this every time.
Just elite gaming. Yeah, no big deal. Just turning strats on their head left and right.
I'm evolving the Bugsnax meta.
Yeah, I'm glad to say that I learned something today, you know?
I didn't expect that, because Conception is a lot better at this game than I am.
Oh, I can smell it.
Yeah, it's actually interesting fact. So those skips that Ness did at the beginning of the game to get into this area that we're in again specifically, those are skips I've never done. They're not useful for the categories that I mainly run, which are any percent, no major skips, and then 100%. They're really useful for a category that's called any percent no door skip. We'll talk about what door skip is in a little bit. But basically, when we have door skip, that the skip becomes obsolete, unfortunately. So we don't get to use it, but it is very valuable for this specific time because we need to catch Bugsnax in order to advance these side quests to get to the legendary fights. So it's very useful. Here, by the way, we are setting up for fight number 3, legendary fight number 3, which is going to be Mothsa Supreme, a giant flying pizza moth. This fight can also be a little bit annoying. So basically what happens, the premise of the fight here is Mothsa Supreme is going to be flying between these 4 different pillars kind of around us, like north, south, east, and west, basically. There's also going to be these Bugsnax called Bombinos, which are actually like pizza rolls.
I just call them Tostitos because it's close enough, and I can't remember Bombinos.
Yeah, Tostinos, Bombinos. You can see where the inspiration lies. But yeah, so you grab them when they're not on fire, just like Ness has here. They give you that first one for free. And then you have to launch it into the air using these cyclones that are going to be underneath the Mothsa Supreme in order to stun it and hit the ground. And then each of the pillars at the points has a pizza cutter on them that we have to cut the pizza down to size. So yeah, you can see there these little cyclones. The first phase is generally a little bit rough. You can get lucky like this, which is that the Bombinos run into but there you go. Run into the cyclones and extinguish themselves. You can even get especially lucky that they do that and then also happen to land in the Mothsa and stun it on their own without you having to do anything. But that'd be too much to ask for a marathon setting, I think.
It's too much to ask in general.
Yep. There we go. So that's one cut down. But yeah, this first cycle all the way around.
Oh, I'm so good.
Ooh, wow. The absolutely clutch grab there.
Oh, you.
Yeah, I was gonna say I might wait anyway until it moves because you're knowing that you'll just launch and it'll get stroked down before you can even do anything about it. There you go. So that's 2 cuts down. Now the final phase here complicates things a little bit. So it has one big cyclone with a lot of other small cyclones around it. So what you need to do is you can't just launch a Bombino into the cyclone anymore. You have to be able to do it. Yeah, that was beautiful. You have to be able to throw it into it just like that because the cyclones will take the ones you launch from the center pedestal away. All in all, I'd say this is a pretty good fight.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
Really well done. Yeah, really well done.
I still have all those sushi rolls.
Yeah, I mean you don't need to catch any Bugsnax anymore, ultimately. So it doesn't even matter. But yeah, this game is really good for a lot of different like fun categories. Any percent, which is doesn't end up having a lot of catching of Bugsnax, but has a lot of tricks. And then no major skips, which has more catches. You get to see more of the story. 100%, you get to do everything, which is great. There's also categories called like all Bugsnax, which is just beat the game, but you also have to catch all of the Bugsnax. Well, there are 100 as of right now, by the way. But they are going to be adding more and expanding in the free DLC coming out.
There's also soft lock here. If you go too far in front of that house, it could trigger the cutscene that's supposed to happen the first time you come in there. But since everyone's already back in Snacksburg, there's no one there, so nothing happens, and you just soft lock there.
Yep,
it's so funny.
Very true. All right, so here we are in Frosted Peak, which is kind of like the last of the biomes that you were meant to unlock. We're going to be doing some quick captures here, mainly just to get them out of the way and to grab a few extra things for quests. This Scooby Banoopy is legendarily Honestly, the Scooby Banoopy could be a legendary fight on its own, with how much trouble it's given me in the past, at least. But that was pretty well done, in my opinion. Very nice.
Literally God Gaming, just out here.
Mm-hmm.
And then okay. I never remember the path of this dude. Okay.
That should be good. Yeah, I was going to say, hopefully it doesn't just run around it, but yeah, I think it's fine. There you are. We're capturing a few Bugsnax here, not only that we'll need for quests, but that we'll need to accomplish some things for Eggabell, who we've yet to talk about specifically here.
I forgot to sleep.
We'll see. Yeah, that's okay. Run all the way up to the top here.
Yeah. More speed tech of lighting yourself on fire because you run faster.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still used to like the old route. You sleep in a different spot, so it like works out. But I just totally it slipped my mind. But it's not a big deal because this is the thing I want to catch.
Yeah, that's exactly the reason why you need to sleep. We want to get one of these flutter jams, but they're only out during the daylight hours. So
I need to go back all the way to the beginning. Can I save it? Can I save it? That was so close.
Oh, so close, yeah. Yep, so you gotta talk to Eggabell. A little unfortunate, because then that means you also have to wait for her to run around the corner, but
yeah,
that's alright.
It's not a big deal.
No, not a big deal at all. It's not that far away. But yeah, one strategy you can do is to talk to Eggabell first. That way, while she's running around, you can do all these little catches. But not a big deal. Doesn't waste a lot of time, ultimately.
Yeah, I always do it second, I always do it, like, last, just in case I mess up, like, the Scoopy Banoopy. Then, I can just respawn it. And then I could do it while Eggabell's walking around.
Yeah, that's really smart, honestly. Because the Scooby Banoopy, like I said, can really give you a lot of trouble.
I've never actually been over here before.
Yeah, some nice rock scaling there, rock climbing.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Thanks for
All right, yeah. So basically, around the door here, they have these 6 totems. What we need to do is we need to fill 3 of them with the specific bug sack that they're showing. Ness already caught the 3 fastest ones just to make it, as easy as possible.
Okay. No, I can't let. Help.
Okay, and then fast traveling back again. I'm gonna mention it every time just to rub it in. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
so...
I don't have fast travel, and it makes me sad on console.
Also, I intentionally try not to trigger like the second part of the cutscene after beating Melon, just so I know where he's gonna be come time for me to have to talk to him, so I can just do his quests like immediately. Please? Okay. This quest could be kind of weird, just with like the positioning of everything.
Yeah. So basically, there are 7 torches that we need to light all the way around. And it can be like, basically, it's kind of like a puzzle. In which order you're meant to solve them fastest, but it can be a little bit finicky for sure. It might not, especially like going from that like second or third torch to the one up top can be really frustrating. So it'll be like directly on it, but still not catch fire.
Okay, I guess I'll do this one too. That last one over there could be pretty finicky. Also, I don't want to get too close because Commodore will talk to us and it will make me sad. Why are you going all the way? Okay. I'll just go all the way up and then go from down there. It's fine. Doesn't really waste that much time.
Yeah, no, it's not too bad.
Yeah, this is supposed to be intended, I think, anyways.
Yeah, yep. There's one thing that you could do to run really fast to this section, but it's also like particularly awkward, is that you can actually light yourself on fire off the first torch, and then run to the second and third torches by jumping on them and lighting them on fire that way. But it involves you like parkouring on top of plants and stuff like that, so it's kind of difficult in terms of movement.
Oh yeah, I need to... They're out, so I'll just sleep in their bed, it's fine. It's fine. Hopefully you'll have the quest for me now, or do I have to leave? Okay, I'll just actually leave and then come back. It's not a big deal. Usually if they don't give you, like, the quest for, like, the legendary Bugsnax, then you can leave and come back and it'll happen pretty soon.
Yeah, sometimes you need either a day. You can potentially even sleep and see if that works. I don't hit that cutscene yet that we were trying to avoid that whole time.
Yeah.
Classic. Yeah, sometimes they need like a 24 hours in game before their quest thing will update as well.
I'll just do this one first, and then it should work.
Yeah. Yeah, that should be perfectly fine.
Been up here all this time. You're so different.
That's right.
There's also specific parameters of those side quests to trigger that have to be met by achieving specific main quests as well. So sometimes it doesn't always work out.
Yeah.
I thought you would have asked Chandlo.
Chandler's got Snorpy to worry about. Besides, you've been following Liz around for years.
What? I don't follow her around.
I love the way he just says it. What? I don't follow her around. No, you're mistaken.
You high-key do a really good Philbo impression, actually. That's pretty good. That should be your next Halloween costume.
That actually doesn't sound like a bad idea.
This is it. Ready?
Just paint yourself blue and get a mayor sash. That's all you got to do.
That's like 2 steps away from being a Homestuck cosplayer. I don't want to do it.
Yep.
No.
So we mentioned we teased it before about door skip. So door skip involves that very door we were just looking at there. Door skip will enable us to clip through that door, so we won't have to really worry about finishing this quest line in order to get it to open naturally, which saves us a lot of time. Especially in any percent where we just run basically straight to the door without doing any quests and just clipping right through the door to make it work.
The bad news is be on your toes.
All right, so Cake Boss, the 4th and final legendary Bugsnax.
The easiest fight of all time. Smile.
Yeah. So what's interesting about Daddy Cake Legs is there's actually some good old-fashioned cheese in this fight. The bad news is that it can be hard to accomplish what we do for this cheese. So as you're about to see, the Daddy Cake Legs fights are initiated by lighting the it's like a birthday cake. So you light the candle on fire to get it started. And what Ness is going to do is going to run to the top of the thing and light themselves on fire at the same time. And then how the next phase of the fight is continued on.
Cool.
Well, easy every time. Couldn't even explain it fast enough, basically. Is that the Daddy Cake Legs has a candle on each of its sides, one on the left, one on the right. So when we light ourselves on fire like that, we then try to use our inflamed body to hit the candles after it has spawned, so that we don't have to do the fight normally. Ness got it on that first try perfectly.
I didn't even get on fire.
Yeah, that could be the tricky part.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
That's never happened to me before.
Nice. Never happened before. The second one I've always found is particularly tricky for some reason.
Just because it's solo, honestly.
But now you can see what it's meant to be like on its own. Did that just bounce off? But it's still melted. Interesting. Yeah. So this is what the phase of the fight normally is meant to look like, which is that you use these icicles, right? And then you want the Daddy Cake Legs to run into your inflamed tripwire. Let's see if that'll still be good. Oh, no, I forgot it has to come around the back again. So yeah, you get to see what each of it looks like. That's nice. Cool. There you go. So
in
now
my
it's
like
phase 2
one
done.
like practice run that I did for this, like yesterday, I actually got a perfect fight, and I've never gotten a perfect fight before. So I mean, as long as I got like that first one, that's like the big thing for me.
I've never gotten a perfect fight ever, so that's something that you've done that I haven't. The closest I got was a perfect. I got on phase 1, I got one of the 2 wicks. On phase 2, I got the 2 wicks, and then on phase 3, there's only 1 wick on the candle, so you only have to worry about 1, and it's also on top.
I just didn't get lit on fire. Okay, sick.
Yeah. And that's an unfortunate one too. So phase 3 is an easier one to hit in terms of, getting it, because you only have to worry about 1 candle, right? But it's definitely harder to do if you don't hit it, because Daddy Cake Legs be climbing up all over the walls and stuff like that, and there's a lot less area for you to be able to
sick
climb on, and then a lot more area for you to get flung off the cliff by, just like that.
Yeah, I was hoping I didn't get flung off the cliff just so I can catch him as he's going around like that. Let's
There
go
we
ahead
are,
and do
and
this.
then
That should be fine.
Yep. Yeah, and there's.
I lied. I'm a liar.
Did it not catch? Oh, well, yeah. So, yeah, that's the interesting thing as well, is that you have to hit specifically the wick. You can't just get Daddy Cake Legs to fall into it. Also, for whatever reason, the death animation of it has to have it climb up the wall and then back down. No idea why.
Okay. This is fine. Sick. Okay, so that's all of the legendary Bugsnax. Like the category said, doing all the legendary Bugsnax.
Mm-hmm. That is all 4 complete, and then now we get to dive immediately into the end game here by doing the door skip. So
I didn't even want to.
This is gonna long.
Super launch face.
Yeah.
I'm too good.
We always, me and Ness always joke about this, because I have such a difficulty with super launching myself on console, and Ness will just do it when they don't even want to super launch themselves. They'll be like, "Oh, accidental super launch."
Oops,
so yeah, basically you
fast travel.
Yeah. Jeez. So yeah, basically you get yourself on the lip here, and then you specifically angle your tripwire like that in hopes that you collide with the suction cup part and clip through the wall.
I'm gonna try and do something cool real quick for the fans.
Yeah, Ness is gonna do a little bit of swag, which is to hop over this point that's supposed to collapse, but wasn't able to execute it. Ultimately fine.
I could have showed you guys the out of bounds part, but it's not even a big deal.
Nope. It's all swag. So now we're in the Undersnacks, and another fun fact is that, again, no matter what category you run, from this point forward, the run is the same. If you're playing the game casually or playing a category that doesn't have any major skips or anything like that, there's actually a warning given by the game that that there's a point of no return, which means that you can't catch any more Bugsnax or do any more quests and stuff like that. And once we're in the Undersnacks, we're well past that point of no return. So there is nothing we can do to expedite this. There are no skips that we know of in the Undersnacks or the end game part, which we call the Gauntlet. We just have to get through it, basically.
Yeah, so it's just follow the leader here a little bit, and then there's gonna be a big old cutscene.
Yeah, nice cutscene, some dialogue here. If we have, I think this would agree. If we happen to have any donations or plugs or incentives we want to talk about, now's a decently good time for it, I think.
Oh, I have quite a few, actually. First up, there is an anonymous $50 donation with no comment. Thank you very much for your generosity. And thank you to the next donor of $100, Sporadic Erratic, for your generosity as well. The comment here says, "Well, it's about dang time I got my donation in." This, of course, goes to us hearing the melodious and dulcet tones of one Jack Black. And there is $20 from Roma, someone working on the French restream over at Baguette_restream, who says, "Go, go for the children." Thank you, all 3 of you.
Yeah, this is an absolutely great cause. If you haven't donated yet, I would suggest donating, because if there's like nothing that you really want to put your money to, like a bid war or an incentive, definitely do it, because like after donating, at least me, I always feel good about it. I'm always like, yeah, that's my good deed for the day. I'm gonna wake up tomorrow, I'm gonna do this again. So it's definitely worth it, if only for that.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%.
Well put.
Also, you're not supposed to look at this cutscene over here. I just did it for the fans, swagging out again.
And there we are. We get into the. Did that load twice for you? That was
yeah.
I'd never seen that before. Interesting.
I've also never seen that.
Okay, yeah, you got loaded into Flavor Falls twice there. Yeah, so we got some more parkour movement that we're gonna do here. Very nice. Basically, we just got to run to the gauntlet.
Hopefully I do the tree thing. I'm not going to, though. Okay, cool.
It's so difficult. So, like, it doesn't lose a lot of time, maybe a second or two at most. But if you can, you hop on that little thin fence post, and you hop onto the treetops in front of it in order to parkour directly across to the door, as opposed to falling down and then taking the bridge up. It's kind of a swag, but it also does save some time, so it looks flashy too.
Yeah, as if the rest of this run wasn't flashy, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Need my snack chop. It's much like the snack trap if it were set to puree. Good luck.
Yeah, so again, the gauntlet isn't going to be too different. The only like difference is you can afford to like let Bugsnax get all the way up in categories like 100%. Okay, I thought you were gonna stay in that.
Oh yeah, that one Strabby can be, in particular, a little bit of a nuisance. I've had that same issue happen to me multiple times.
Yeah.
But to talk a little bit about what's going on here, so yeah, this is kind of like the in-game escape sequence for more or less. Won't really go into what that means without spoiling what the game is and what's happening in it. But basically, we're trying to escape off the island and fending off the Bugsnax while we do it. So it's a series of 6 challenges that occur that all use variations of tools that we've used throughout the game. So, for example, this was the grappler before, but now it is equipped with a boxing glove, right? So that we can punch things in the air and on the ground instead. And then this is a fun little fast way to do it. So instead of hitting these straight on, we'll actually hit them towards Shelda and Floofty. What is intended is that we hit them direct on, and then they explode into snacks, right?
Huh.
And then, oh, interesting.
Yeah, I've never
Say
seen
hello to that
wall.
Yeah, but instead, if we hit them towards them when they explode near Shelda and Floofty will actually help us eat them as well. So that's nice. This part is there's actually no way to slow this down or speed it up. You just have to let it happen. Basically, you can even basically, as you can see, Bugsnax are like cascading down the wall there. You can actually let them all run abound and up to Chandler and Snorpy, and nothing will happen, and it won't even be slower because they spawn on set times. But you know, the old adage says it's more fun to do something than not to do something. So
I'm just gonna increase my APM real quick. I'm like try to explain Yoshi. I just mess with my APM at will. Bugsnax is my Yoshi.
I was gonna say, and before you crash the game somehow doing this.
Okay.
Did they still die though? Oh no, they did.
I don't know.
It doesn't matter anyway.
Oh. It didn't do the thing. Sometimes when I do that, like the little like suction cup part of that will just pop up. And like it'll be higher, and it'll save maybe like a frame. It saves so little time that it's like not even like worth doing, and no one will probably even care. But I will do it every time because it's funny, and if I mess it up, then that's funny.
Yeah. So this is by far the hardest section of the gauntlet, which is called barrels.
Oh boy.
See? As you can see, it's going awry right away. So what we would like to do is place the barrels in very specific places and launch them at very specific times, so that optimistically we clear the entire wave with one barrel, the entire wave of 3 Bugsnax. But it's very, very precise, not only in terms of location, but in terms of time. So it's really difficult to do. It's honestly, even if you don't do it optimally, it's not super. I don't know what that was. That should have hit. Same deal there. Like you can actually like homing target each one of these individually. So like if you miss it, it's not the end of the world. Yeah, to do it as optimally and as fast as possible, that's how you would clear the waves quickly. But it is very, very precise to do well.
That was just so early. Honestly, that's my bad.
Yeah, it's really tough.
Honestly, I'm not as practiced in this as I should be. It's difficult, but it's not like too bad after you like done it like a few times, like after you're like warmed up.
Yeah. It's really not too bad.
Huh?
Jeez, just getting all of the trolls out of there. The last wave has 5 Bugsnax, so most optimistically you could clear it in 2 barrels, where you destroy the middle 3 and then the last 2 as they get close to each other. But
that's good enough.
barrels being barrels as usual. So
it's been a while since I've seen a barrel's that unfortunate. That hit? It did. Cool. Huh? Okay.
Yeah, as you can see, this next one is also rather like not super consequential. All we do is roll the buggy ball with spikes over the Bugsnax, and that's it. Just get him done.
Okay, I thought that hit. That's fine.
They also spawn in like the spawn is like specific in waves, so you know, it's not a surprise as to where they're going to come from most of the time. But if one thing goes awry, it can ruin the cycles for the rest. You know, so that's how it goes sometimes.
Yeah, it's not too bad though. It's still as long as you like get them all pretty quickly. It's not like even a big deal.
No time.
Come on now, get your varmints.
And then the set of text that we can't skip in the entire gauntlet.
Well, what do you want?
Yeah, for some reason you can skip everyone else's text besides Wambus and Triffany's here. Not sure why,
There's enough.
but that's how it be.
Special sauce, fresh grown.
Oh, good thinking.
What? That's not what I meant.
Oh, I didn't see you there. Would you mind helping out?
Also, this wasn't explained earlier, but the reason why Wambus has a bunch of different sauces is because he's like an alternative food farmer, which is very like interesting.
Yes, yeah, definitely interesting. Basically, not since not enough people were able to provide Bugsnax to eat, Wambus turned to alternatives for the community to eat something else. So the sauce is what ended up being Wambus's game here.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, when there's only one Bugsnax left, the game just is like, all right, well, we'll just pop it on its own. We'll make work of it. Same thing will happen here, I'm sure. Pop. Yep, there it is. Maybe it ran into Triffany's cactus.
Maybe. Maybe the cactus
yeah,
is just like the deadliest person in this game.
Yeah. Yeah, that's basically GG's as well. We just have a small segment where we have to walk across a beach and one last mashing through a cutscene as well.
Yeah.
And that's basically it. We get a nice little homage to all the legendary Bugsnax that we fought along the way. This happens regardless of whether you actually fought them or not. But
yeah, now you guys know. This is the first all legendary snacks marathon run of all time. So you guys are witnessing history right now.
Yeah, you absolutely are, for sure.
I wasn't even
And
listening to like the piano for like the split, so like whatever, it's good enough.
All right, yeah. So we run on the beach here. Pick up the shell if you want to and throw it at Filbo or whatever you want to do. That's just a Bugsnax speedrunners love doing that. Love picking up the shell.
I always did that casually, so when I started running this game, Conception was like, "Oh yeah, you're just a Bugsnax speedrunner now. Congrats."
Yep, I indoctrinated you basically. Time's coming up.
Yeah, time's coming up real soon. After this last text box with Filbo, it's time. That was a BB.
It was a PB?
Yeah!
Let's go. Let's go.
Wow, GG.
Awesome.
It was 100% from the new routing.
Yeah. Also, by the way, not only is it a PB, because this is a new category, it's definitely a world record. No one else is running it yet. So
yeah, this is world record.
World record. For sure. Bugsnax world record holder Ness underscore GG.
That's incredible. I didn't expect to actually be that close to my PB. That's funny. But yeah, shoutouts to the entire Bugsnax speedrunning community. You guys are very cool. I haven't been in the Discord for very long, but I definitely just know of a bunch of you that have at least come around for Conception's marathon runs. Shoutouts to Conception for somehow always letting me co-com his marathon runs for Bugsnax, despite not even running it for a while.
Oh, we're a team. We're a team. We get these speedrun marathons done.
Hey, while we're here, I'm gonna really quick read this donation. I see $86 from Anonymous, who says, I see we're not still to 2000. Sorry, I see we're still not to 2000. Let's fix that, smiley face. That means we've unlocked, not unlocked, excuse me. We will reveal, it's not unlocked yet, we will reveal what that last row on the schedule is. Conception, I believe you know what it is. Do you want to tell everybody?
It's perfect.
Oh, you all don't know what you did, actually. You don't know what you did, which is the run that will now end the marathon is none other than Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer for the Nintendo DS.
It's not unlocked yet. To unlock it, we just need $200 more total.
$200 more.
Totally. There are two more runs left. There's a 1 hour run and about a 2 hour run. We can totally hit $200 more to actually unlock it, but now we know what it is.
That's so doable.
I was just about to hold up the game case on my camera like I'm actually on camera, but I'm not. But I'm holding in my hand, you can trust, the game case to Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer for the Nintendo DS. It's a speedrun ? That you'll want to see for sure. So let's get those donos in.
It's the most speed run for sure, yeah. But that's definitely so doable. Guys, get in your donations.
It's the most wonderful game of the thon. To use Christmas songs.
Yeah. But what an incredible end to this run. Just immediately finding out 2K. That's
also, I just got word that was actually from Bahamut, and it showed as anonymous. So thank you so much, Bahamut.
Thank you, Bahamut. Much appreciated.
And thank you, Ness, for that fantastic Bugsnax run. Congrats on the PB.
Thank you. Is there any shoutouts that I missed? Yeah,
follow Ness underscore. No, follow Ness underscore.
No, literally follow Conception. This guy's the Bugsnax goat of all time.
Oh,
I'm telling you.
Oh, please. I didn't just get a world record, so.
Sure, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Follow me. Use my incredibly cool vanity URL that I've had for just over a year now. I actually just had to renew it. Dullgaming.info. Follow the marathon and donate, and stick around for the rest of the marathon. I don't even remember what's next, but Helix, if you want to take it away.